I am a huge fan of John Green, as an author and as a person, but does my love for his book transfer over to the screen? I'm Dylan Goller, and this is the Dylan Goller Show. Two things before we start the video. One, this is not a review. This is a discussion about the book and the film. If you're not familiar with either one of these things, I'm gonna probably spoil it, so you might want to leave now. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Second thing is that I'm recovering from a cold, so that's why my voice will sound kind of groggy. Written by John Green, The Fault in Our Stars was a young adult romance novel released in January of 2012. His book is the very definition of huge success. It has sold more than 9 million copies worldwide and was the #1 fiction novel of 2012. It also made John Green one of the biggest names at the time. In fact, Green's book was so successful, it wasn't even on the market a full month before Fox had acquired the rights. And did Green's written masterpiece transfer over to the screen? Audiences thought so, giving the studio a huge payday. They raked in over $300 million at the box office. Critics seem to be mildly kind to it, giving it a 69 on Metacritic and even more surprising 81 on Rotten Tomatoes. Audiences also seem to eat up seeing a story they loved being 3D printed to them. Well, except for me. This is The Fault in Our Stars. So credit where credit is due, this is quite honest to the book. The dialogue and events are portrayed quite well. Shailene Woodley also captures the magic of Hazel Grace Lancaster, but the tone is kind of reversed. In the book, the tone feels dark, but joy and humor light it up. In the film, it's all pretty colorful and joyful, and then when a character has to do or say something sad, and then it becomes dark. For most people, this wasn't a problem, and it was understandable. But for me, it was difficult. See, in the book, Hazel is always thinking about death, and so she keeps everyone at a distance. But in this film, she seems to be a teenage girl rather than Hazel Grace Lancaster, which is the character I loved in the book. And in the film, she'll be a teenage girl fawning over Gus, and then, oh no, I'm sick! The book made her keep everything at a distance, and then Gus makes her want to open up and give in to love. Here, everything feels creepy. It's more of a chick flick than anything. In the book, this is just an example, in the book, Hazel stares at Hazel, and it's really cute. Here, it just makes you feel super awkward. Do you like this channel? Well, if you do, like this video and comment down below. And if you wouldn't mind, subscribe and text this video to one of your friends. It could be anyone. Thank you in advance. Let's get back to the review. When dramatic conversations happen, it feels so dramatic rather than natural. That's not to say the movie doesn't have good moments. The meeting with Van Houten is quite good and natural and actually extremely close to the book. A character's eulogy in the film is extremely emotional, but not near as good as the book in any way. Another thing is that Shailene Woodley actually captures the true persona of Hazel, even though the movie doesn't capture it. And this is the main reason why I have a hard time liking The Fault in Our Stars movie. The beauty of The Fault in Our Stars book was Hazel experiencing the events of the book internally, whereas in the movie, she and we experience them externally. And this is a problem. This isn't the director Josh Boone's fault. This isn't John Green's fault. This isn't even the studio's fault. It's not the actor's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just the story isn't told properly because it's not in book form. Another one of my big problems is that the tone of the book and the tone of the movie are actually complete opposites. So in the book, it was actually really dark and sad until joy and humor light it up. The presence of Augustus makes Hazel happy, and so we feel a lot more happy. Whereas in the movie, it's just all pop music and love and kissing and sex and more pop music. And then it's sadness. The tones are turned inside out, and it's really just a teenager chick flick at that point. If you enjoy the film, I can't fault you. It really is a 3D printing of the book. The performances are good. The shots are good, depending on who you are. The soundtrack can also be seen as good, although I kind of hate it. The John Greenism show. The movie is emotional enough when it needs to be. It really did touch a lot of people who didn't read the book. However, for me, I see a movie where Fox basically turned the tone of my favorite book inside out and made it awkward, and they changed the story and retold it in their own way. But if you can enjoy it, I can't fault you for it. So that's me saying, don't forget to be awesome. I'm Dylan Goller. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Come back next Saturday for a new movie. The Halloween special starts 2 videos from now. keep on geeking on.